Hello, good evening. Tonight I just wanted to talk about my recovery from my burnout. I've been recovering for over 4 months now, and I just wanted to give you an update on how I'm doing. And I just got back from watching a movie, The Lion King. Amazing movie, by the way, with a good friend of mine. And I did my hair, so I thought, you know what? Before I'm going to bed, I'll just record a video because, I don't always look like this. So yeah. And I think I can talk for half an hour before I go to bed. It's not that late. So super random out of the blue, I just wanted to give you an update. And maybe you'll just relax and fall asleep to this. So yeah. Put those headphones on and listen to how I'm doing. Isabel, imagination, ASMR. So, before I talk about myself, I do really want to know how you're doing, okay? So if you got struggles, if you are dealing with something, then just let me know in the comments section, and then the ASMR community can just give you love. Alright? Good. Alright, so it's been 4 months. I think the previous video that I did about my burnout was 2 months recovery, and now it's 4 months. And I'm doing pretty good. And I think that you can see the difference in my eyes because I can. It's like, honestly, it's like the light behind my eyes got switched on again because there was nothing behind my eyes anymore. I was in a really dark place for a long time. I think years, actually. And I was really tired, really depressed. I just couldn't function anymore. That's what happened 4 months ago. I just couldn't fight it any longer, And I've been going to therapy for about 2 months, and it's really working. I'm going to a psychotherapist every single week, once a week, and that's a tremendous help. I just want you to know that if you're struggling with something, then don't feel, because I felt like I wasn't in a bad of a place yet to go and search for help. But there's no shame in getting help. If it's for your body, there's no shame. If it's for your mind, there's no shame. Or at least there shouldn't be. So I'm glad that finally I got help. And of course, 4 months ago I stopped working at the gym. I started reorganizing every single part of my life, and I really tried to find the things that gave me energy and the things that were just drowning me, almost like sucking the energy out of my body. So I really wanted to see what's going on, and that's what you do in therapy. You have to write down in the morning and in the afternoon and the evening how you're feeling on a scale of 1 to 10. How much is the burnout or the symptoms affecting you? And that really gave me a lot of insight. I know my signs of my body, my symptoms, when I get agitated, when I get irritated, when I start to lose focus, when I get overwhelmed, when I start forgetting things, when I start to isolate. So when I don't want to do anything anymore and I don't want to talk to anybody anymore. And of course my body, but that's a little bit difficult to really link, like having a cold or having acne or something, to the burnout, because there can be more things going on than just the mental aspect. So I'm really trying to find my energy balance and reorganizing my life. What gives me energy, I'm keeping that. And what just costs me energy and doesn't give me anything in return, I'm throwing that away. And that's been super helpful and really, really amazing. Because in that process, I've learned who I am. I know that sounds really dark and heavy, and it's not. It's very light. It's finally, like a friend of mine explained it really well. I'm sorry for my voice. I'm just, every time I talk about this, I get kind of emotional, so I'm trying not to. But my friend explained it to me very well. She said, in the coping mechanisms that we build, I've built it ever since I was bullied, ever since I was put into a manager's position that gave me a lot of responsibilities. I kind of got into a cocoon, like a harness, and it made me very harsh and very hard to approach. And I was trapped. I felt like I was trapped in that cocoon. And now, for the first time in all those years, for the past 4 months, I'm breaking out of that cocoon. I'm breaking free, and I'm spreading my wings, and I'm becoming a butterfly. And I know that sounds really hippie, kind of like new age, kind of hugging trees, but that's the way I feel. And you can think about it whatever you want. But I'm a butterfly. But the hard thing about being a butterfly is that you are opening up to the world. You're opening your heart and your soul and spreading your love, and you could get hurt. So actually, you think that being inside of the cocoon, where you can fight, where you're strong, where you're tough, you think that you are powerful in that cocoon. But actually, the spreading wings part is way more powerful. Being vulnerable is super powerful. I never realized that. But it is. Because you are strong enough to know that whatever is going to hurt you when you spread your wings, you'll get through it. You will survive and get past it, learn from it, grow from it. So finally I realize that being my creative and being my sensitive self is beautiful and isn't weak. but it's strong. And I feel strong. I feel great. Makes me really emotional because it's sometimes I in this process I'm thinking, where have I been? It's almost like I'm not finding myself again because I feel like I never was really in touch with myself, maybe when I was a child, but I lost it. Ever since I was bullied when I was 13, I lost it. And I never found myself again. I just built walls and coping mechanisms. And now I'm rediscovering myself. I'm trying to find that little girl, innocent, pure, trying to reconnect with her again. And I'm doing a pretty good job. Now I know that it's only 4 months in recovery, and burnout recovery kind of tends to take about 6 to 9 months. Not 69 months like Madagascar, but 6 to 9 months. And so maybe I'm not there yet, and I do feel overwhelmed still because I'm building my own business. I don't know if you knew that, but I stopped working at my old job. My old profession was the gym, a family business. I stopped doing that 4 months ago. And my only income is going to be from YouTube and from making art and selling them and doing live events and doing like TED Talks kind of about ASMR. So that's my business, and I'm building it myself. And sometimes I get overwhelmed. So I love it. I'm super excited about it because that's my dream job. That's where I can be me. But if I think about all the finances and the difficult stuff that goes behind the scenes of a business, sometimes I think, oh my gosh, I can't do this. And that's where therapy comes to play. That's where therapy gives me insight. Because a lot of why I got to the burnout stage is because I'm super insecure, and nobody could tell because I had this fighter cocoon mode on. So everybody thought, whoa, she's super tough. I wasn't. I was so scared. I was so scared that I hid in that little cocoon for nobody else to try and, hurt me. And so I'm trying to realize that my internal dialogue really needs to change. So, I always used to really talk down to myself. That little voice in your head. It always used to say, you're not good enough, Isabel. You have to work harder. You're failing. And if you hear that over and over again for a long period of time, you get overwhelmed. And my problem was that I wanted to become this, but my ability didn't go further than this. So I always had a gap. So every day I felt like I was failing. But the truth is, that isn't me. This is me. When I was trying to do this is me. And you know what? I can do this. Because this is close to my heart. This is close to who I am. I wanted to be a tough CEO, kind of a chick. I'm not. I'm sensitive. I'm creative. And I have a lot of love to give, I don't want to do a hard manager's job. It's not me. So I'm not going to try and do this anymore. It's not me. I'm going to take another route. And in that, I am talking positive to myself. I'm not focusing on what I cannot do. I'm looking at what I accomplish, what I can do, and I'm being super sweet to myself in my head, saying, wow, Isabel, look at what you did. You should be proud of yourself. You're amazing. And that's something you need to do as well, because every single body has something to give to the world. You just need to find your passion, find your talents, and realize that you can turn that into something that helps people. And that's so empowering, and that's so beautiful. And I realized that I was born to do these ASMR videos. I was born to paint, make art, make people happy with my gifts. And everybody has gifts. You just need to find them. Yeah. The other day, a few days ago, somebody really, really dear to me made a comment about my weight. So kind of a body shaming comment in a funny way, but still it hurt. And I had a breakthrough because I didn't fight back. Usually I would make a nasty comment back and be like, look at you with your, I don't know, big ears or stupid nose, I don't know, but I would just be in attack mode. And this time, I didn't say anything. I just looked at that person and felt in my body what it did to me. And I was just trying to process, trying to let it flow through my body, feel the emotion, and let it pass. And in that process, I've learned something, but the other person dear to me has learned something as well, that it hurt me, that it touches me in a nasty way. So it sometimes is good to show that comments hurt, But that wasn't easy for me to do, to really break out of my coping mechanism, being the tough girl. But an amazing breakthrough, so yeah. It hasn't all been positive. I don't want you to think that. For example, I lost my relationship. Hans and I have broken up 2 months ago. And obviously I was devastated at the moment. But right now I'm thinking, I'm a huge believer in fate. What will be, will be. And so I think we were just never meant to be, I guess. And that's okay. And the amazing thing was that as soon as I was single, about 2 months ago, obviously I started therapy, so that was really a moment to focus on me, completely on me, because usually I lose myself in a relationship. I'm really worried that the other half is happy and that our dynamic is good and that we communicate, and a lot of energy went that way into the relationship. And as soon as I was single again, I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to take this time that I have for me and focus on my recovery, focus on my mental health, my physical health, just becoming the best me that I can be. And it worked tremendously. So sometimes you think something is negative, but it doesn't always mean that it's devastating or annoying. Sometimes it just means that life throws you a curveball. I don't know how you say that, but life opens up a different path for you. And I took it. And you know what's funny? I actually feel way more energetic. I used to be, 4 months ago, I feel like I was, having an internal battery, so energy levels about 20%. Right now, I feel like my internal battery is about 70%. I'm not there yet, but I have so much energy. I have more energy now than, I dare to say, the last 3 years before this. And so right now sometimes I'm sitting on the couch and I'm thinking, I want to do something, I'm alive. I want to call somebody. I want to, walk or enjoy nature, or I want to do an ASMR video. There's so much life to live, and I've been trapped in my cocoon for such a long time. I'm ready to fly, Yeah. And at the beginning of the 4 months, I didn't want to do anything. When friends would text me, I couldn't even stand people texting me anymore because my phone was constantly on, it was all the emails, all the messages, all the social media crap, all the gym stuff. It was just on and on and on and on. And the group texting stuff, man, it was driving me crazy. I was even at one point thinking that, how Ed Sheeran, he doesn't have a phone. He only gets emails, or so I heard. I was seriously thinking about doing the same thing. And, so yeah. All those phone things, all those, constantly 24/7 being online. No more. I just plan certain periods where I can look at my phone and then I put it away, because we need to live more in the now. We need to embrace the small things in life, the little things like walking in nature, hearing the birds, feeling the soft wind on your ear, on your face, having a truly deep conversation with a friend, enjoying tea on your balcony or in your garden. Those little things, we need to be 100% in the moment and not distracted. Otherwise, we'd all just get a burnout, I think. If you're constantly multitasking. Alright, I see that I've been talking to you about 24 minutes. Yeah. I hope this is helpful for some people. I hope that you can see that my recovery is going really well. And if you are going through similar things, so if you are feeling symptoms like overwhelmed, super tired, and I mean like so tired that you cannot use your brain anymore, unfocused, like you cannot think straight anymore, you feel like you just want to be isolated, you don't want anybody near you, you're super annoyed, irritated, you can't focus anymore, I couldn't even drive in my car anymore. I couldn't do anything anymore. I felt like a little baby. I felt like I wanted to be protected and looked after because I couldn't do anything anymore. Just wanted to get underneath somebody's wing. Not make decisions. I couldn't even make a decision anymore. I could not think if I wanted a Diet Coke or sparkling water. I mean, seriously, if you are feeling these symptoms, please do not underestimate it. Because if you fight these symptoms long enough, you will get a burnout. It's no joke. It really isn't. So yeah. But I am feeling good. My internal voice is positive, is sweet. And I'm becoming me. I'm super happy. I know that I'm super happy, but I'm also emotional. I cry a lot more, but that's because my heart is open. I realized the change that I was recovering when I wanted to listen to music again, because I couldn't deal with music anymore. It was too much emotion, too much information going into my brain. And then after a few months, I started listening to music again. I think during this the Eurovision Song Festival and the Dutch song with Duncan Lawrence. It gave me goosebumps and it made me so emotional, and I was thinking, wow, I haven't felt this alive in such a long time. And I'm not trying to hold in the tears like I used to. I'm just letting it all, just letting it come. I'm letting it flow through my body and not fight it anymore. I'm embracing the good and the bad. And sometimes crying is beautiful, and crying can feel liberating. And what I want you to know is that if you feel these symptoms, please take it seriously. Talk to your doctor. What I did was I immediately stopped my work, and I took a lot of bed rest. So I really felt like my body needed it. So I started listening to my body. I started recognizing the symptoms that my body gave me. And when it got a little bit better, I started to really figure out my energy balance. What was costing me energy? What was giving me energy? Cutting the sucking energy out of yourself, away out of your life, keeping the things that give you energy. And that's still what I'm trying to do, but I feel like I have figured it out for the most part. And the key right now is that because I feel so good, because I have like a lot of more energy, to not overdo it, not speed up the process. And that's what I'm trying to do. Alright, I've been talking way too long and you want to go to bed. So, thank you so much for listening. Thank you for joining me. And I wish you a really good night. I want you to feel good and proud of yourself. Good night. Good night. Bye. Thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you for hitting the like button, leaving a comment, and thank you for clicking on the notification bell. And a very special thanks to my Patreon supporters. Click on the link in the description box if you also want to support me on Patreon. Watch my YouTube videos on an app called Tingles. This way you avoid advertisement and support me